You wake up, but something still feels asleep. You've stretched your arms, opened your eyes, but a deeper part of you hasn't yet risen. That part lives in rhythm, with the sky, the breath, the silence before the day begins. And in a world that trains you to rush, to scroll, to move without meaning, reconnecting to that rhythm isn't easy. But it is possible. For thousands of years, mystics knew this secret. Mornings aren't just the start of your day, they're a doorway. A brief moment when the veil is thin, the noise is low, and the universe is still whispering. If you can tune in, not just wake up, you don't just survive the day, you shape it. There is one simple practice, forgotten by most, that realigns your system with the universal pulse. It doesn't require belief, it requires presence. And when done right, your body softens, your mind clears, and your energy begins to hum in sync with everything around you. Not as an escape, but as a return. A return to the rhythm you were born with, before the world taught you to forget. This morning ritual isn't a hack, it's a remembrance, a return to the breath. Not the automatic one, but the sacred one. The inhale that fills more than lungs. The exhale that clears more than carbon. Stand or sit. Stillness is the doorway. Close your eyes, not to escape, but to re-enter. Let your attention sink, not rise, into the center of your chest. This is where your rhythm hides when you forget. Now breathe. In for 4. Hold for 4. Out for 4. Hold for 4. Again and again. Not like a machine, but like a wave. Because breath isn't just air, it's the code of the cosmos pulsing through you. When you breathe consciously, you're not just relaxing, you're tuning your body, your mind, your field. You're remembering a song you didn't know you knew, and every morning you return to it, you rejoin the orchestra. There's a reason mystics treated breath like a gateway, not because of the oxygen, but because of what moves through it. Thoughts ride the breath, emotions rise and fall on its rhythm, and attention, the most sacred tool you have, flows wherever breath goes. So in this practice, the breath becomes your compass. And where does it lead? Not to the sky, not to another doctrine, but to rhythm, to the pulse that connects all things, the one that makes galaxies spin and hearts beat. As your breath evens out, something shifts. You stop pulling life toward you and start joining it. You become part of a wave you forgot you were inside. In this space, answers lose their urgency. Goals soften. There's nothing to chase, only something to remember. This is the rhythm you were born from, and every morning you re-enter it, life stops being a battle and becomes a dance. If this is resonating, don't just watch, stay with it, subscribe, and follow the thread back to the truth you already carry. Stillness isn't empty. It's where the real music begins. Once you've tuned into the universal rhythm, your thoughts don't disappear. They just stop shouting. What rises instead is a quiet awareness. You start to notice things you used to miss. How your body carries ancient memory. How every sound has texture. How silence isn't absence. It's presence in disguise. This morning practice doesn't give you control. It teaches surrender. Not in weakness, but in wisdom. The wisdom to stop fighting waves and start floating with them. Because when you move with rhythm, you don't force outcomes. You meet them. You don't push the day. You receive it. And strangely, things begin to flow. Not because life suddenly changed, but because you finally stopped resisting what already was. This is how alignment works. Not by bending the world to your will, but by remembering how to be part of it. The mystics knew something we've forgotten, that energy follows attention, and attention, if repeated, becomes a frequency. This is why the first thing you do in the morning matters. It's not just a habit, it's a broadcast. You're tuning yourself like an instrument, and the note you strike first echoes all day. If you wake into your phone, you absorb noise before clarity. If you wake into memory, you carry yesterday into now. But if you wake into stillness, if you take even 3 minutes to sit, breathe, and feel, you send a different message to the field. You tell reality, I'm here not to chase, but to align. And reality answers in kind. The ancient Hermetics believed this daily ritual was more than routine. It was magic, not in wands and spells, but in precision and presence. To live in harmony with the cosmos, you don't need to change the stars. You only need to meet the moment fully. Every ancient path spoke of rhythm, not just as music, but as law. The Hermetic teachings said, everything flows in and out, everything has tides, all things rise and fall. And yet, modern life teaches the opposite: to resist, to control, to stay on all the time. But you weren't designed to sprint from dawn to dusk. You were built for waves: inhale and exhale, focus and rest, action and stillness. When you ignore these natural cycles, your body may keep going, but your spirit starts to dim. That's why one intentional moment in the morning matters. It sets your rhythm, not to match the chaos outside, but to echo the deeper current inside. This isn't productivity, it's alignment. And when you align, you become magnetic. Your thoughts have weight. Your presence has pull. You don't chase synchronicity, it finds you. Because when you're in rhythm with the universe, you don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to be still enough to listen. True alignment isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. And it begins the moment you stop racing into the day and start listening. Listening to the quiet pulse beneath the noise. Every ancient teaching agrees. The first few minutes after waking are sacred. That's when your mind is still soft, your field still open. One small act can shift your entire frequency. So here's the invitation. Tomorrow morning, before reaching for your phone, sit in stillness. Feel your breath, not control it, just feel it. Then place your hands over your heart. Ask one question, silently. What energy do I choose to carry today? Don't force an answer. Let it come like a ripple, like memory surfacing. This 1-minute ritual roots you back into your own rhythm, before the world pulls you away. It's not a routine, it's a remembering. And when practiced daily, it becomes a compass. Because the way you enter the day becomes the way the day meets you. Every sunrise is a quiet reset, a chance to meet yourself again, before the world tells you who to be. And the most powerful thing you can do is pause, just for a moment, not to fix anything, not to achieve or prove, but to remember. Remember that alignment isn't found in noise, it's felt in stillness. So here's your practice. After you wake, before the tasks flood in, stand barefoot if you can. Let your feet touch the floor like roots touching the earth. Close your eyes. Take 3 full breaths. On each exhale, release the roles you're expected to play. Whisper to yourself, I am not my name. I am not my title. I am not my past. Then, simply be. No effort, no goal, just presence. This small act creates resonance between your body and the cosmos. And when done consistently, it becomes more than a habit. It becomes a doorway, a daily moment where you step out of the programmed self and back into your true rhythm, not to control the day, but to move with it. What if the chaos you wake up to isn't from the world, but from how far you've drifted from your original rhythm?